Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, I'm jumping on with a weekend energy read. So this is going to take us through to, it's the 19th today, so through to Sunday the 21st of July. I'm using the Druid Craft Tarot. Let's do a Celtic cross and we'll go from there. So let's have a look and see what the situation is that we're going to be talking about. Death. Now this could come in many areas of this reading, especially with what I've been actually working with, what I've been seeing, what I've been hearing, and death. So there are a lot of people making their transition at the moment. There is definitely karma being dealt, good karma, but then also there has to be the balance of balancing out those scales. So you may be witnessing people near misses. It can be actually to kind of spark off the spiritual awakening. But let's just have a look at this death card. There's also a lot about you know, being together. I tell you what song was coming through before I came on was The Farm, All Together Now. I did watch the video. I had a lot of older people in it. It was very olden day. They were playing dominoes and in the pub, and All Together Now. And I thought to myself, why am I singing this All Together Now? And it's about, you know, when you cross over, you're with your, you know, your family still, just the ones that have already passed over. So all together now. What's the block? The Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. This might be a bit of a reading to try and make some sense out of. The Death card with the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is Mother Earth. Okay, so she is like the Divine Mother. She's kind of operational down here. She's kind of like the nurturer. So she's the person that everybody goes to. The Death card. And then we have the Two of Swords, which is about not knowing which path to take. Very interesting. So we're going to have a look at what this reading wants to tell us. So we have the Divine Mother anyway, or it could be a wife card. The Queen of Pentacles is, she is kind of the all-round nurturer, the person that you would choose. So the mother, the wife, the carer, not knowing which path to take. So, and it's to do with death. So that's either spiritual transformation. It could be, you know, somebody contemplating their life. It could be guidance from ancestors, so grandparents, like a grandmother or a mother figure, or even your mother. Okay. But there's someone here not knowing what path to take. What's gone on over the week? Well, first of all, Temperance is coming out that I can see. So this is about balancing in your divine masculine, divine feminine energy, okay, to become whole within. The blending of the energies, which would be the Death card. You can have the spiritual transformation, which you kind of learnt to blend your energies. They look very similar, don't they? Tower. I felt here, I was going to say very similar, but maybe two different locations. The Tower's come down. Could be. If you have a look, because the tower here has two people coming out, I can see two windows. So it could have been that two people were concocting two different kind of things, maybe, you know, within the same home. Different intentions. That feels rather black magic, and this one feels rather pure. Whatever they've been brewing, one seems to take you to darkness. And this one here is temperance. And then we have not knowing which path to take. So it could actually be, you know, within the home, because I've picked up, you know, a mother, a wife, and now not knowing which path to take. But we have the Tower, so something's happened. Has somebody been caught? With this not knowing which path to take, I feel it could be like an excuse, not knowing what else to do. Something to do with this Queen of Pentacles. Not sure what to do. Okay, it's going to resonate how it resonates, but I'm feeling up this now. Maybe somebody has tried to actually, you know, take their life because they didn't know what else to do. I don't know, but the Tower's hit. The universes, we've touched on thunder. Since that video, that's exactly what's gone down. Thunder. There's been good stuff, but there's been thunder and lightning. It's quite electrifying. Near death, most definitely. And I said that there was karma going on, you know, good, but if there's good, then, you know, the karmic scales will balance out. It's called karmic justice. You have no control over it, but it will balance out scales. And like I said, normally with an event like that, somebody either changes or they don't. Current position is the Prince of Pentacles. He looks very guarded. The Prince of Pentacles is very slow in making decisions. And is slow regarding change. There's a feminine here who didn't know what to do. I want to have a look into, let's have a look into the weekend. We had a weekend like this last weekend. Okay. Where it was slightly concerning. I could pick up on the energy. But it has got very dark out there. I mean, actually, you know, in the collective, okay? It's got, there are people struggling with the transition. Very much. And instead of, you know, actually wanting to face it and deal with it and looking for an escape, we have the Hangman for the weekend energy. Someone's keeping their mouth closed. Someone's had to put down their tools to deal with this situation. They feel completely bound now and they're not allowed to talk about it. It's like, but this is the Hangman, which means that the universe has pulled you out to pause. So I believe it's a time, whatever's gone on, for the masculine here to actually observe what's gone on. So it's kind of like, this is where you'll see the truth. He's very vulnerable here. Stripped bare. We've got 2 for what Divine is saying is going on. These were both upside down. They're cards that mean you need to wrap up something. So it's the end of the road and you're burdened. So Divine, this is how they were upside down, which means that Divine needs you to let go of this. So if there's any guilt involved, if there's blame and shame being put upon you, that's why they're saying, you know, this, if anybody's been through a near-death experience, okay, and has survived, normally there's more of a deeper meaning to life, okay? You would like to think that they would have been scared that, you know, they maybe changed their ways, but some people don't change their ways and actually show their true colours. So this is definitely the end of the road, okay, for somebody, and it's caused them a lot of burdens. There's 2 10s here. No, it came out upside down, which makes me feel Divine, you know, wants you to drop these, because that means that you really are at a crossroads. You're not even at a crossroads. There's no other option for you. When you get up, there's only one way you're going, and it's away from the situation that you've been in. This one here is you're on the move, but you're carrying some burdens. No, that could be guilt, shame. It definitely could be slander. So somebody could definitely take you down and make you accountable for whatever's happened. Now, we need to see how the person is feeling and how it's affecting others. So let's see what the cards want to pick up on. But there's 2 cards. So how is this affecting either yourself or the person involved? The Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. Well, that's about cutting out things. These 2 will be, it's just coming in with these different areas of the house. The Queen of Swords, depending on what her energy is that you get her in, can be very blameful. The King of Swords here is her counterpart. He's thinking actually about what she's saying. Truths will be spoken. Both of them are here. Whoever this Death card is, or I'm going to say whoever maybe this feminine is. But I don't actually know what. I'm going to Google it, but The Bone Collector came through. I know it's a movie. I want to get some meaning to that. The Bone Collector. What's the film about? Policewoman Amelia Donoghue, who is Angelina Jolie, is in hot pursuit of a serial murderer whose calling card is a small shard of bone extracted from each of his victims. Unable to decipher the cryptic clues the killer leaves behind at the scene of the crime, Amelia calls upon forensic criminology. I can't read anymore. The Bone Collector. Right, okay. Where are we up to, guys? We're up to the Queen and King of Swords here in how it's affecting. Well, there's going to be truth spoken. There's no love there whatsoever. There's harshness, words being spoken. and it's a bit tit for tat. So how is this affecting others? The Eight of Wands, it's stopping. Why is my whole deck upside down? Come on. The Eight of Wands, it's stopping any movement. The Eight of Wands is about communicating. Things happening fast, being able to move on. And it was upside down, so this has totally blocked any kind of movement over the weekend. We can see that. The weekend energy is this. It's really is there about having to keep your mouth closed. Hopefully these cards are up the right way now. Okay, you can come out. Hopes or fears. King of Cups. Whether this King of Cups is in his emotions, whether or not he's going to be able to emotionally deal with this. I'm not sure what's gone down. The dog looks not pleased. The King of Cups looks a little bit smug. So maybe this is what will set the King of Cups free. And it needed this Tower moment to really have the kind of like the revelation. Okay. Outcome. The revelation. That's freedom. Okay. So, I'm not sure what all this death is about here, okay? The bone collector, so it could be someone that just, you know, drains the living soul out of you. There's definitely something that goes on between the King and the Queen of Swords that really makes this, I want to say masculine, put his guard up. It's very much wrapping up a karmic cycle here. What's the bottom of the deck? I'm wrapping it up. It looks like it could be a wrap. It's like, and that's a wrap. Game over. However, that transpires. Okay. But I don't feel a death was actually achieved. Okay. I'm not feeling that a suicide was successful, an attempt at suicide. I feel someone might have maybe gone a bit low. Okay. Maybe didn't get the reaction that they were looking for. And it's caused this massive trigger, this massive awakening. It feels like it's an opportunity for a masculine to be able to escape maybe the death of his soul. Okay. Right, let's clarify these with the Rider-Waite. The Lovers are on the bottom. Excuse me. Like I said, I felt like it's he looks a bit smug. I feel it may have set this masculine free so that he can, well, just so he can be free. That's all. Just free to love. The Lovers. Okay. Let's give these a shuffle now. Oh, we're losing the voice. Why? Oh, it's going really husky. Let's see, let's take it down a tone. Come on, not so low. How much drink have I got? Let's have a look at this death card. So I feel that there's somebody who is balancing in their divine masculine, divine feminine energy within this King of Swords, Queen of Swords partnership. And then there's somebody here, I believe, could be self-destructing. So let's have a look at the self-destruction part with death. And we have the masculine here who's having to be spiritually strong. So it's most definitely a feminine energy here who I want to say hasn't gone through the ascension journey yet, but there's been something to kind of shake up, but it's made this masculine energy here have to be very spiritually strong, which is caused then onto the Ten of Wands from the Nine, which is then carrying the burden of it being strong. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Two of Swords. It feels very much like an excuse, as if I didn't know what else to do. Taking someone down a rabbit hole. Not sure. I don't know, but they're going to be questioned, because here she is in a cloak, and the green reminds me kind of like it was done in love, but it's like she's bare now, she's transparent. Something's happened, hasn't it? But it comes in with her showing her true colours. It's like the disguise was revealed. Conflict, fighting. So there has been fighting that's led to something, to somebody not knowing what to do. You've got the Tower. The universe has kind of stepped in and has said enough is enough. If you have a look, I can normally see better. What side is what? Now, one side is, I'm going to say a feminine, and one side's a masculine. So if we go by the colours, it would definitely be, you know, the feminine on this side, which means I want to say that the universe has kind of struck the masculine energy here with a truth, and now you have to deal with the aftermath. So it's most definitely affected the masculine energy here. It's kind of hit his side of the Tower, and I want to say, you know, kind of whilst he was doing his balancing. So he was actually, you know, really becoming balanced within his divine masculine, divine feminine energy. I want to say to the point, you know, so embracing the feminine's energy, which is always kind of like the last thing that we need to do, is to embrace our divine feminine, okay? Once we've kind of tamed the ego, it's the final kind of prepping so that you can go on to your happy life. But something's interrupted that for the masculine. And you can see the blue here, even though it's a feminine. And then the red here. With the red here. I'm just having a look. The red here that Steph's kind of cloaked around. So is it a temptation? Because feels like there's definitely an excuse here, as in, I didn't know what I was doing. I was put under a spell. And it may feel like that because if the universe has done what the universe does, it could feel like you don't have a clue how this happened, what's gone on. But it's definitely to shake things up a bit. Now let's have I've got to clarify that. This ascension journey can feel extremely cruel at times. But some things need to happen because that's the only way that you'll ever be set free. And if you don't set yourself free, then the universe will do it for you. However they see right. But you can carry a lot of guilt on that, especially, I've been speaking about what you're saying, okay, and I have evidence, okay, that manifestations are happening like that, especially with words. So you may be speaking about something and then find out that something's actually happened, and you may take that on, that was you. But it isn't. It's just to wrap up cycles. It's the universe, look. It's a major arcana. It's the world doing it. There you go. It's like you're protected. and let the universe do what it's going to do. But you're protected in this kind of bubble here, which is really interesting because I spoke about death handing the red, okay? Oh, yeah, you can see what I'm saying. And look at the colour of the dress, the temperance. I said you're protected, the universe is protecting you. Looks like that colour's around you. So it's okay to be vulnerable, but you are protected. This feminine here is wide open. She's out there. She's kind of in the midst of it all. But the universe is saying, you know, I actually feel the universe is saying, we're wrapping this up now. You need to be set free. So we're going to wrap this up. We're putting you like in this protective bubble. And, you know, shit could get kind of crazy. But the whole lesson is so that you don't carry that burden and that you actually can move on, okay, to new enlightened beginning. Because it looked like you were so nearly there until this came in. But obviously this must be the last thing to actually come in to wrap up the cycle, karmic cycle. So let's have a look at this Prince of Pentacles, because he is slow, steady. It's kind of like it takes a long time for him to kind of even make a decision, a choice, but he's got his guard up now. The Prince of Pentacles is the prince that will, or the knight I should say, that would stay at home. He wouldn't go charging off, okay? He wants to make sure everything's stable and secure. He's looking very guarded now. So looks like with all the green here, he was wanting to go forward in love, but all of a sudden his guard's up. So there could have been somebody actually stopping the masculine here from actually wrapping up a cycle by maybe, you know, a low blow. Manipulation, emotional manipulation. It's just, but the universe is saying no. But this masculine here does, the present moment is, there's been a little bit of a kind of stop. He's got to go really, well, we know with the Hangman, but he's got to go slow now with things, and he's guarded. And guarded against the Queen of Wands. Now she can be the manipulator. She's got her black cat, black magic. Okay, with the sunflowers, things may have happened quite quickly, but I'm feeling the energy of you actually, I feel like the masculine here is needing to defend himself against this Queen of Wands energy. I'm not feeling it's you know, a fantastic energy. This is kind of a malicious, manipulative energy. Anyone's going to try anything to kind of stop you, okay, especially stop you kind of from being happy. So we have the Hangman. So now you feel bound. It's okay, the universe is taking you there, but they're kind of saying, you know, if you can, don't be maybe like the Queen of Swords here, who's going to speak her truths. As you can see, just, you know, sit back and actually observe what's going on, become the observer, and you're going to see things really clearly. So let's get but it looks like you've had to put a halt to a few things, and it says, you know, that the tools are down. You're working on your harvest. You're actually maybe starting to reap the rewards, and then the rain comes. That's exactly what it's like. Now the rain's here. And you have to stop everything. And it seems like you've been maybe silenced, you're feeling vulnerable yourself, you may feel trapped. But like I said, the universe is kind of holding you there so that you can see things clearly. It's like, it feels here like the more that you want to fight back, it's not going to work. It kind of is, let them hang themselves, but not in a way where we don't wish that upon anybody. But the Queen of Swords here she would just keep going, blurting the truths and cutting out things. So I'm just not sure, and I'm not sure I'm liking the words that I'm using, like as in with hang yourself, but come on, they're just sayings. So the universe will intervene. if a death isn't meant to be. We've been touching on this topic last week, so let's look at the Hangman. You're wanting to escape it. You're actually wanting to escape whatever's going on, because it is really just a kind of circus act. Okay, it seems to be maybe a lot of clowning around. It's not funny. It's not funny what's going on, and it's like the masculine here is wanting to actually leave. Okay, but for you to be able to do that and to be able to get your escape and your reasons why you can actually leave and hold your head up, okay, and leave quite willingly, is going to be if you sit back and observe actually, you know, what's going on, okay, and put it together that way. You'll have enough reason to leave. And there is this smugness. I picked it up on the King of Cups. It's, in a way, it is a relief. And that's what you're needing, is the relief, because we're going on to these cards. The Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. With the World card. Need to wrap this up. And the universe has said, you know, but you need to wrap up the cycle. So you're feeling the burden of other people's weight, maybe their conditionings. And it's just happened too many times. But they came out reversed, which makes me feel, you know, that's what you've got to look at, is letting them go. Not carrying these. The lesson isn't about carrying the burden, is it? And being beaten to the floor. The lesson is learning to drop them, get back up, and move off into a new direction and wrap up this cycle once and for all. Let's put a clarifier. Yeah, you've got to go after your dreams. It's time to make your wishes come true. Now this, the star here is, you know, she does know what she's doing. She has the sorry, I'm just sorry. I won't apologise anymore. She hasn't got a cloak around her, so she's not trying to cover anything up, okay? She's vulnerable with the star card, and also she does look like the Temperance. With the balance in here, okay? But now it's, you can balance, you know, it's about creativity, imagination, and knowing how to work with the laws of the universe. I'm feeling very balanced here, so that's the star. And that's what they're saying, that you need to go after. Let's take a look at this Queen and King of Swords. Unconditional love. I'm going to get another one. I feel there was a lot of excuses here, and I feel the excuse might be it's because it was done out of love, and I feel it's a fear of maybe losing this King of Swords, but she's trying to do it, saying from a space of love, okay, and he's thinking that's not love. The universe is offering, okay, love, but that's what's getting in between them, is unconditional love. It's not there. That's the realisation, is this is not love. How it's affecting others, there's no communication regarding this. It's stopped movement for the while. It's like that no communication might be, is like, don't get involved in it. Just allow how it's affecting others. You're not saying much. You're not saying much. That would make sense with you just observing. The Hangman and that King of Swords is not saying much. And that Prince of Pentacles there is probably speaking under his breath. Okay? So that he can't, you know, there's no kind of lip reading here. It's, he has got stuff to say, but he's keeping it guarded. So there's something about treading really carefully here with this Queen of Wands, so he has to be really careful with his words. So the Eight of Wands, not communicating, you're not actually saying much. but you are planning. You are planning a new adventure. I feel with the black here, you could be seeing things clearly now. You're armoured up, but you are going to be going on to a new future, but you're not talking about it with, especially with this Queen of Swords. And where you're going on to is somewhere, we had the Lovers, didn't we, to start off with. You're going to somewhere where you feel love. I want to say you're going towards your star. Maybe the dog's kind of going, there's going to be trouble now. But I don't know, this King of Cups isn't communicating about his freedom that he's going to. He does know though. So let's have a look at the King of Cups. Oh, he's building firm foundations. I want to say he has been holding on. This is hopes or fears. So the King of Cups is about actually being able to keep hold of your stability and be able to build what was I going to say? Don't know. Firm foundations with what you have. It's kind of like, no, these, I'm going to make sure I'm keeping these ones. You're not going to get everything. And he has plans with them. Then we have the rebirth, really, the Sun card. Whether this is an idea, but he's feeling very, very much younger. And I want to say that's because of, for one, the spiritual development here, the blending of the masculine feminine energy, and two, actually being able to break free. Look how vulnerable this is here. But I feel there's a very playful energy here of actually about being free. So let's get to clarifier. It's beautiful, look. 'Cause I'm free to do what I want any old time. Comes in with the Lovers. They were both naked, vulnerable. Wow. So, bottom of the deck, underlying energy, it's time to move on. Looks like it could be successful over this weekend. Feels like there's a masculine here celebrating under the moon now. I think that's the moon. I don't think it is actually. I think it's like, I don't actually know. Oh no, it's like a window or a gateway. It's got like a hinge on it. It's not a moon. Is this celebrating just before, like, kind of freedom? So it could be a weekend of wrapping things up. It feels here like celebrating with other masculines. So it could be, you know, freedom, celebrating freedom, actually being able to move on. Okay, so this weekend's going to be very interesting to kind of see what unfolds out there. That was long. How long? 38 minutes. There you go. What card shall we pull to? I think we need to pull a card of shadows and light. I don't want to focus on this negative energy, but it's definitely here. But it has meaning, and it's divinely directed, however that comes in. I definitely don't want to focus on like worst case scenarios, especially as you know. Let's just leave the universe to do what the universe has to do. I think that's about really, you know, learning to keep your thoughts really high vibing, and then you won't need to take on any guilt if you know, maybe you're wishing someone gets their, I don't know, their karma. Let's pull one of these cards, Oracle of Shadows and Lights. But somebody's definitely gone too far to make this masculine stay around any longer. And it's like freedom. A lady with a Bosch egg, ancient wisdom. So this is really, the Hangman's a student card. It's when the student awakens. see here with the King of Swords and knowledge. Let's read card number 31. The lady with the Bosch egg is the one in this lifetime who has been chosen to keep safe and sometimes keep secret, deep esoteric knowledge. Throughout history's most troubled times, there have always been courageous beings ensuring that sacred knowledge was kept alive. Even though the world may burn and disasters befall humanity and wars take down cities, there will always be those brave souls who will take the knowledge, represented by the Bosch egg, camouflage it and keep it safe, so that at a later time, when the world is finally ready, we can all learn. So I'm just picking up on a spiritual transformation, maybe trying to explain it to this feminine, but sometimes, you know, people aren't ready to hear it. So there's this silence in here, and the universe is saying to you, you know, keep stum a bit. You know, don't say everything that you know, not to somebody who's not ready to hear it. Okay. Just turn the page. The lady speaks. My town is on fire. The night sky is full of screams and smoke. And I have done what I can to safeguard this treasure from the sacred library. I will keep it safe, record its wisdom, and ensure that these truths stay alive for a future time. I hope that you understand the history of the knowledge you crave and respect and acknowledge the freedom of the times you now live in, and do the work yourself. It may be that at some point you too will find my egg, and that you are the person chosen to speak of the knowledge others thought was lost. Or it may be that you are too a guardian of wisdom. If you are, know when to keep silent, know what to keep to yourself, and know that some secrets come to light at the right time. I bring you now the symbols of the alchemists, the secrets of the Gnostics, and the wisdom of the magicians and the witches and herbalists, all saved for this time in this strange form of the egg. Okay, so divination message. It may feel to you that you are receiving wisdom from ancient sources and that some of its energy may feel unfamiliar to you, even dark. It is likely you are receiving messages from times when people like you, misfits and mystics, were oppressed and punished for their natural gifts. Explore at this time something to do with the Renaissance or medieval times, and understand that the knowledge was brought through to you, a very fortunate being living in very fortunate times. Keep it safe, learn all that you can, and explore esoteric symbology, the history of magic and spirituality. Know now that while you are safe, you may wish to keep silent about certain practices. Okay. Let's find out more. Let's get an enchanted map. Let's keep these keep things a bit tidier. Balancing act. Let's shuffle it in. That one really wanted to come out. Card number 36, commitment. So here is the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, this commitment, this, I want to say unconditional love, but I think there's a realisation there that this connection between this Queen of Wands, the Death card, is not the same as the connection with the Lovers. The Lovers are kind of just showing themselves here, like kind of in their rebirth, their reborn state. You can even see the colours of the horses, which, you know, are different. So divine masculine, divine feminine. The masculine being of the sun, and I want to say the divine feminine there with her you know, daisies in her hair. I'm not sure they're daisies. Let's read the commitment card, card number 36. A true commitment is a responsibility of the heart, mind, body and soul. This is a good time to make one. Partnerships formed at this time are harmonious and powerful. The commitment card also indicates the natural evolution of a relationship from its inception to a literal or metaphorical marriage. At the very least, there is a promise of fulfillment in some form. However, you must be conscious of what you're committing to. Be clear about the nature of your commitment and your responsibility to it. Others are more willing to enter into partnerships at this time. Remember that your partnership with spirit and the highest version of your own self will engage the higher self in another. So I feel that there's a higher self here within the masculine energy here. It's divine masculine, divine feminine, that's not actually present. And I want to say within the divine masculine's kind of karmic environment. So that they're not really on the same page. And it looks like here maybe not even in the same room. So the universe has stepped in. Oh, look underneath. This card just slid down just to... It's the rebirth of the divine masculine here. I picked up first of all about, look at the hair here. So it's like, is she kind of lurking, interfering with this rebirth? Mermaids and dolphins, you're right there, we can use you. I think I want to pull an ancestors card. I'll do that in a minute. Let's get a couple of messages from the magical mermaids and dolphins. Okay. The synchronicity. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you may go, it's a bit of a coincidence, but just remember that things are meant to coincide. So we have synchronicity here. Your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase their flow. Playtime. The dolphins know the importance of playing, as joy creates miracles and manifestations. It's like time to get you happy on. And the signs are going to take you there. And I've mentioned about be careful what you put your thoughts on. It says positive energy. Surround yourself with positive people and situations and avoid negativity. And treasure chest. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. You've got some father healing to do. Your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. Let's read this. Let's read the father healing. This card shows This card shows you that you still have some father issues left to heal. The healing doesn't need to take a lot of time. It simply requires your willingness to be free of any old anger, grief or fear related to your male parent. Universal energies are either male or female. Male energy is expansive and giving, and female energy is nurturing and receptive. If we're unhealed with respect to our father, the universe seems to be ungenerous. If we are unhealed towards our mother, we won't accept the gifts the universe offers us. The more you focus on the spiritual truth of your father, the more your heart will be receptive to the universe's continuous and all-encompassing giving. Accept your rightful bounty and open your arms to your divine inheritance. Affirm, I now focus on the love that is the spiritual truth of my father, and I hereby balance any karma between us. I now let go of everything but the love and the lessons of my relationship with my father. And I picked up this song like all together now, so I don't know, there's just this forgiveness, this acceptance. Let's get an ancestor card. I don't know why my voice is playing up. Or why, oh, I can see you. Sacred Spirit card. We seem to be using these a bit. Yeah, we can get a Sacred Spirit. We might end on that one. I'll get there. I'm sure it wants to kind of need to pick up other boxes on the way, but okay, let's just use and angels and ancestors. The voice has gone low again. Maybe it's a sign of, it's time to become a man for the divine masculine. It's time to become a man, son. That's what's coming through. Okay. Okay. Got two. Star Ancestor. Follow the voice of your soul. Well, I just had a message through. It's not from my dad. To me. So it's for somebody. Star Ancestor. Look, and I've opened up, look to Father Sky. So there's definitely this guidance coming through. Guidance coming on. Becoming a man. Let me find out where Star Ancestor is in the book. Page number 76. Okay, let's get this message out. Heed the messages coming directly from your soul. The Star Ancestors is a Native American term for extraterrestrial light beings who are dedicated to the healing and growth of the world. These incredible beings are divine embodiments of love who bring wisdom from the higher realms. Other people feel a sense of connectedness when they look up into the night sky and see the stars. I believe that's because they are remembering their starry connections, and those are what this card represents. The Star Ancestor is reminding you that you have otherworldly support and that your friends from the stars can help you if you are willing to be helped. They can support you in connecting with They can support you in connecting with and following your soul's deepest calling. So the extended message. There is a deeper purpose to your human journey. Not only were you born on purpose, you were born for a purpose. You were born to be a bright light in the world, and there are supporters out there in the universe sending waves of energy to guide you at this time. Information and inspiration that has been coming your way recently is not new information, but memories. Your feelings of being drawn into a particular direction are the awakening of an aspect of your soul. You are being drawn towards a road that will not only light you up, but also help you light up your corner of the world. Continue following the cosmic guidance that is coming your way. And the cosmic guidance was to let down the burdens. You're moving on to a brand new beginning, and you had the star. Okay. It says about synchronicities, playtime, positive energy, and an unforeseen windfall. That's what I was going to say. Windfall of new abundance comes to you now. Let's check out the other one. Oh, come on, you really can't. We've got Mother Earth here, so feel loved and comforted. You've got the Mother and Father really coming through. Oh, my hair's really tickling me. Card number 54. Let's see. Oh, at least, okay, that's good. Mother Earth. Excuse me. Allow yourself to be cherished. Mother Earth is protecting you with a shield of love and light. Mother Earth is the female counterpart to Father Sky. It's auspicious to receive this card because in the eyes and heart of Mother Earth, you are her child. And she is highly protective of her baby and will give you everything you need to grow and expand. Mother Earth is only covered by leaves in this card, showing the vulnerability of the earth. Every day she experiences challenges that she has to adapt to and overcome. Her energy, represented by the symbol of the pagan triple goddess, Maiden, Mother and Crone behind her, can help you adapt as the changes of life come your way. Okay, what's the extended message then? You may have felt overwhelmed or out of control emotionally recently, but you are now moving back to your natural centre, and that will bring you to a place of clarity and openness. If you have felt ungrounded, know that Mother Earth is here to root you and help you regain your sense of strength. You may not feel like a child, but in the eyes of the divine, you are a child of light, and it's important you know that and feel loved. If you have had challenges with your mother or with being a mother yourself, know that the energies of Mother Healing are with you to help clear any ancestral blockages that are preventing you from making this sacred love connection. You are being guided to make choices that are based on love. That's really what this is. That was very interesting. So, I was going to get a sacred spirit, but I feel like I want to get a post. We'll end on a postcard from Spirit then. Okay, so we're nearly wrapping this up now. I could keep going, but I think it's enough. I just actually feel like my opening statements on what I thought, you know, especially with the death card coming out first, I think it could be a strong possibility. It could be a mixture of all of those. see what the Sacred Spirit cards want to say. So it's very much there. Okay. Living light energy. See the beauty in life. Still so many of these cards I've not actually pulled yet. So this is one of them. Let's see what the message is. Living light energy. I don't think I have anyway, but hey. So understanding that everything is energy, the air we breathe, the elements, emotions, sound, animals, people, our thoughts, all of this is energy. Living light energy is positively charged and full of physical life, radiating its permanence throughout the universe. Cosmic and earthly energy is all living light energy as it stems from the celestial light source. All of creation, the cosmic Big Bang, and its remnants make up the wonderful and beautiful collective of living light energy. It is pure energy that vibrates at its original blueprint. While energy is transformed, transmuted, and recycled across time, its living light energy hums in synchronicity with universal planning. All energy pulses its divine signature, with plants and animals also resonating with living light energy. The very state of their being, biologically unaltered, is an open receptacle to living light energy, with creation in all forms stemming from its divine beauty. Opening yourself to receive living light energy requires only an open heart that wishes to be balanced and harmonized with universal flow and the divine source of all that is. Whole and complete, this energy now awaits you to integrate and unify your heart into an all love energy. I said it felt like you were so nearly there. Currently, you may have discovered or reignited a passion for crystals and gemstones, water gardens, walking or hiking in nature, and gardening. These beautiful energies are encouraging you to connect with living light energy, to open your heart to natural beauty and the breath of life. Right now, see the beauty in life. The simplicity of nature and its divine elegance will encourage you to reset your mind in the present moment. All energy is recycled. Know that now you are changing your attitude in life, soon to emerge from the deep slumber of transformation. Surround yourself with living energies such as plants, crystals, or minerals to support your light body through this powerful transition. So the shadow aspect, okay, is hatred, dissonance, and exhaustion. The angel assistance is Archangel Ariel, healthy living, connecting to animals and nature. And the affirmation is, I integrate living light energy within my heart, mind and soul. I am one. Wow, I am one. That's what temperance is here, the blending. I'm going to end on a postcard from Spirit. Two messages. Okay, the first one. It says, with love. Dear you, check in occasionally with yourself about your motives behind actions you plan on taking, especially when you have an end game in mind. Is the source of your motivation desire or entitlement? Maybe you're drawn to a certain path because you think it it will bring you a feeling related to the outcome you seek, like safety or wholeness. Know that you will see a reflection in the outer world of the motive that drives you forward. Do you need a motive? Can you simply be pulled in the direction your soul calls you, towards joy, discovery, growth, or adventure, participating in something compelling and meaningful without trying to define it? If you can step forward, surrendered to whatever spirit has in store for you, you will be amazed. You will be amazed at how things turn out. Check your motives, then hand them over to spirit. Everybody here wants the best for you. Life loves you more than you know. Okay. And then with this final one, it says, be fearless. Dearest you, sometimes it's wonderful to give, but there are times you might find yourself overgiving. Now might be a good time to check in and see where you might be cutting off the flow of abundance. Let others give to you, even if you are more comfortable being generous and being the giver, the healer, the rescuer. That's all this energy here. In the art of living, we sometimes overlook an important skill, receiving gracefully and with gratitude without diminishing yourself or trying to deny vulnerability or bringing an agenda of equality to it. Receiving is hard for some people, maybe you. You do not need a this for that in your exchange with others. You are doing good in the world. Let the world give back and support you. Then you can give up the old stories that have you convinced you have to do everything alone with no help. Let your well be filled. We all love you so, so much. You got this, and then I'm going. And we'll see how it goes over the weekend, whether I'm drawn to come on or, don't say that, okay. Just to go with the flow. We'll go with the flow. I'll catch up with you guys when I'm going to be catching up with you next. The well-behaved rarely make history. Okay, let's get another one. No one is perfect. That's why pencils have erasers. That's quite good because actually we can kind of erase out, can't we, what we want to and say, actually, I can. You can be who you're wanting to be, who you're here to be, which is that I am. I am that I am. We've got another one. Okay. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Let me just have a look at the bottom of the deck. Children can see magic because they look for it. And I really feel this is the divine masculine and the divine feminine here. We have the mother and the father energy coming through for, like, you know, their child. And that's exactly what the outcome's looking like. It's back to purity. Okay, I'm going to love you and leave you there. I will catch up with you guys soon. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care. Bye for now.